Okay, I think that's should be fine. Okay, good morning, everyone. Let's get started just with our usual warm up. I'm just trying to let another person in. Okay, so let's try standing a little taller first. Shoulders relaxed, okay, and wide. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so let's just arch our backs, bring our chest up. Okay, and then just relaxing, putting more effort in extending the spine or arching the back. Okay, just a little bit, slight amount of effort to just relax the spine. Okay, maybe pull the stomach in a little bit. Okay, try to open the fingers as well as you open up. Okay, standing tall, going even wider. Okay, flick the fingers back. Okay, and let's try to touch the thumb together as you come back in. Okay, and we're just gonna go for each finger. Just open up, going outside. Okay, touching the second index finger together. Okay, middle. Okay, ring finger. Okay, pinky. Okay, and let's try to touch a thumb to the pinky. Okay, and just kind of go for each hand. Look at each side. Okay, and then the index to the ring. Okay, and just back to the middle finger. Okay, shaking things out. Okay, tilting the head sideways a little bit. Okay, kind of just sweeping the arm back and forth. Okay, slowly see if you can reach a little higher, closer to the ear, close to the hip. Okay, if your shoulder allows for it, see if you can reach behind your head and closer to the back of the neck. Okay, and same thing on the other side when you're ready. Okay, so maybe smaller motion first. See if you can slowly reach a little further. Only going as far as our shoulder allows. Yeah, and cut back. Okay, let's go into circle. Maybe a few times the other way as well. Okay, hands out a little bit. Okay, let's try reaching further, so spreading the shoulders apart. Okay, and then try to squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. So you can separate fingers, reaching outwards. You might feel a little bit of stretch in front. Okay, and then try to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, and then you should feel the motion more from the hands out. Okay, just swing our arms to the side, keeping our chest tall, shoulders relaxed. And same thing, other direction. Okay, going forward. Okay, shoulders still away from the ears. Okay, to the back. Let's see if you can keep your chest up. Oh, my camera just froze again. Okay, hopefully I come back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, try to keep your chest up and try to reach a little bit further back. Okay, try to have the elbows in. Okay, see if you can circle further towards the back while keeping the elbows closer to the body. Okay, so feel maybe a little bit of tension in the back of the shoulders. Okay, and let's try going upwards. Okay, taking it a little slower, but trying to rotate from the base of the arm. Okay, a couple of times each direction. The same thing on the other side. Once again, moving from the base of the arm, thumbs facing more or less backwards. Okay, coming back. Okay, let's try to just open the palm on top. Okay, and then try to make a little bit of a fist kind of behind, I guess. Okay, so try to just opening up. Again, just sweeping your hands back and forth. Okay, imagine maybe you're painting a wall or something like that. Okay, try to reach behind you a little bit more. Okay, opening up for the shoulders. Okay, coming back. Okay, and just relaxing in between. Okay, once again, try to reach behind you a little bit more. Opening the shoulders, opening up the chest. Coming back. Relaxing. Okay, maybe one or two more times. Okay, reaching as far back as you feel comfortable you can. Open up the shoulders. And back down. Give me one last time. And relaxing for a second. Okay, come to the opposite, elbows up a little high. You're going to reach in a little bit more. Okay, and then just reach out. Okay, coming back and relaxing. Okay, so reaching the arms again. Reaching outwards, thumbs become facing back. Okay, shoulders if you can, still keep it up. Okay, coming back. Okay, so be reaching in and out while keeping the shoulders back, keeping the chest up. Okay, just repeat a few times. So try not to have your shoulder pop forward too much. Keep your shoulders kind of in this base, I guess you can call it. Okay, just your arm that's rotating. Okay, and let's just rotate the wrist a few more times. Okay, going through each finger. Okay, hands together. Okay, see if you can just kind of open and closing the hand, okay, without the palms coming apart. Okay, so just the fingers. Okay, and kind of shift around which finger is on top or which hand is on top. Okay, and just maybe try each finger a little bit. Okay, so try to open up just each finger. Okay, as much as we kind of can. Okay, it might be a smaller motion. Okay, and just kind of bend the end joints. Okay, and just kind of touch your thumb to each. Okay, shake everything out. Okay, rotating the entire body as we usually do. Okay, we're about to turn the hips. Okay, move your feet. Okay, so more or less everything faces the same direction at the end of your turn. Okay, more just the hips. Okay, so feet are not moving, moving more for the hips. Allow your upper body to relax. Okay, let's go backwards a few more times. Keeping the knees relatively straight, keeping the back relatively straight as well. Okay, go in the other direction. We're going to take a step forward. Okay, and just reaching up. So if my right leg is forward, I'm raising my left arm, kind of reaching upwards, kind of a little bit towards the inside of my body. Okay, and coming back, and same thing on the other side. Okay, you might need a little bit of support. But kind of pressing the back hip more forward, reaching kind of backwards and in and inside with the arm, feeling the stretch in the front of the hip, a little bit on the side of the trunk. Okay, 3 to 5 times per side. Okay, and let's kind of reach back and up. Okay, try to open up through the shoulders a little bit more. So try to imagine if your stomach is looking at you from the side. Try to cover up your ears a little bit more. Okay, and just do a little bit of hinge, half squat almost. Okay, and opening up. Okay, slowly see if you can maybe draw a bigger circle and then back. Okay, but try to cover your ear from the side, or imagine pushing your armpits forward a little bit more. Just 3 to 5 times in total. Okay, let's go into a squatting. So maybe feet shoulder width apart. Okay, push my hips back as we usually do, and bend the knees a little bit more. Push your knees out so that it is on top of the toes, on top of the feet. Okay, and just only going as slow as you are comfortable with. Okay, but keep your feet flat on the ground. So if you're on your toes, so you might need to sit back a little bit more. Okay, or bend your knees a little bit more. Okay, so you can either have your hands maybe in front. Okay, as you stand up, see if you can open up. So open up through the fingers, open up through the chest, get yourself taller. Okay, so kind of reaching forward, kind of lengthening the spine, and opening up, lengthening the entire body. Okay, 3 to 5 times. Okay, we can go into just a mini squat. Okay, let's try opening up. Okay, and kind of reaching towards the opposite direction. Okay, so remember, if your spine is rounded, it's very hard to turn. Make yourself longer first, and then turn. Okay, once again, reaching towards the open side. Okay, reaching towards the closed side. Okay, so imagine someone far away is trying to give you something, and you have to reach a little bit further to be able to get it. Okay, and maybe shake it out in between, and then just repeat on the other side. So when you're ready, okay, so the length on your spine first. Okay, reaching towards on the side, and reaching towards the other. Okay, so open side, you use the bottom hand to help you a little bit. Look where you want to go. You can even imagine trying to touch the wall that you're reaching towards, even though it might be too far away. Keep coming back up, shifting things out. Okay, let's move the side a little bit more. Let's start from the neck. Okay, so let's just do our kind of a head turn, head rotation. Okay, so you're just going to gently look down, glide your chin towards the collarbone. Drop one ear down, one ear up. Lift the chest up as you look up. Look towards the other side. The ear pull towards a little bit more towards the shoulder. Okay, and come back down. Okay, so it's just a full circle. You can just take it, don't make it too hard. But just remember to lift your chest up as you turn, as you pull your head up, I mean. Okay, don't do it too hard, especially if you have osteoporosis. Okay, let's try the rest of the spine. Okay, so have the hands out just to use the target. Okay, try to kind of round, imagine trying to round each segment of the spine, so not just bending the neck, not just the upper back, okay, not just the lower back. Keep the entire back over rounds a little bit. It can be a little bit hard to feel, and you might need a mirror, someone to look. But try to imagine, try to bend from every single one of them with the spine. Okay, and then turn it side, put your the cross in front of the one of the legs. Okay, pull one of the shoulders down, one of the shoulders up. Okay, push the middle of the X upwards. Okay, turn towards the other side. Okay, dropping one shoulder down. And then kind of pulling the X slightly downwards. And just kind of repeat in the other direction. Okay, remember to push the middle of the X upwards. Okay, maybe just 1 or 2 times at your own pace. Okay, and coming back out when you're done. Okay, let's going backwards a little bit more. So hands just behind the hips. Okay, just try to not just lean backwards, but try to lift the chest bone upwards a little bit more. Give a deep breath in as you do so. Maybe feel a little bit of stretch in front of the shoulders, in front of the chest. Okay, so remember, not just leaning back, but try to push something up with your chest bone, or try to lift your heart up to the ceiling. You can kind of contract and relax. You can also kind of just hold it there. Okay, and shake it out. Okay, let's open the shoulders a little bit more. Hands behind the pelvis. Okay, kind of similar idea. Try to lift the chest bone up. Try to pull the shoulders back. Okay, so remember that, imagine there's a necklace that you want to show off. Okay, so make it high. Okay, make it, pull your shoulders back a little bit. Okay, but take it a little more gentle. We might not be very used to kind of doing this in the backwards direction. Okay, straighten out. Okay, let's try to do a little bit of a chin tuck as well. So still standing tall, so chest up, shoulders down. Okay, see if you can just keep looking straight forward, but trying to press the head back. And making a little bit of a double chin. Okay, hold it for maybe a couple of seconds. And just relax in between. Okay, but set the base posture first. Okay, into the head. Okay, and shake it out again. Okay, going back to the legs. Okay, that's swing the legs forward and back. Hold on to something if you need to. Okay, and then just our usual where we exaggerate the movement by lifting the knees in the front and then lifting the heels up in the back. Okay, trying to stay tall while we're doing so. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, and exaggerate the movement. Okay, side to side. Okay, once again, hold on to, might want to hold on to something. Okay, exaggerate it. Okay, and just repeat on the opposite side. Okay, once again, use as many support as you need. Okay, and shaking it out again. Okay, let's just move the ankles a little bit. So go in a full circle. Okay, let's move our toes a little bit as well first. So scratch the floor of your toes. Okay, try to lift the toes off the ground while keeping the foot on. Okay, try to spread the toes out as much as we can. Okay, keeping the outer toe down, just lifting the big toe. See if you can rotate it kind of inwards a little bit more. Once again, as much as we can. Okay, the opposite, keeping the big toe down while trying to move the other toes. Okay, and shaking it out. So we try to just bend the base a little bit. You can even lightly press down. It just to kind of stretch the top of the foot. Okay, let's go back to the shoulders. So either have a band, okay, or if it should be easier, or you can have some sort of stick. Okay, so both would work. Band is a little bit easier just because it has a little bit of a give to it. Okay, so it's not as, so you can try to maybe warm up with this part first, and then we can go on to this stick. Okay, so let's just have it widen your shoulders first. So if you pull it back, kind of a comfortable, a little bit widen the shoulders. Okay, so let's try to bring up, so bring up to the ceiling. Okay, let's try a couple of times first. You can lightly pull it apart. It can help you to lift it up. Okay, so having a little bit of resistance actually can help us to just get the shoulders in a better position. And you might find that you can go a little bit further upwards. Okay, if you just have a little bit of resistance. Okay, if your shoulder allows for it. Okay, so only if there's no pain when you go up. Okay, see if you can lightly pull it apart. Okay, and drop it behind your head. Okay, so you need to pull it apart slightly. Okay, coming back up. Okay, and then coming back out. Okay, so kind of adjust the resistance. Okay, if it's weight you find it's very, very difficult, make it really wide, or even do it without the band if you're really stuck. Okay, just focus on being open up, going behind. Okay, maybe just 3 to 5 times. Okay, so probably the top of the shoulders might get pretty tight if you do it too much. Okay, so shaking out a little bit. Okay, so let's give the top of the shoulders a little bit of rest first. Okay, so we're just going to work on reaching. Let's drop the band down. Okay, let's go inwards. Okay, so let's just do a basic stretch again. The shoulder inwards. Okay, so let's just hang out here for a little bit. Okay, if you find it's way too difficult to reach underneath your elbows, you can also just grab your wrist and pull inwards as well. Okay, just remember that we're not necessarily twisting the spine so much. Okay, we're trying to pull our arm closer to our chest. Okay, so let's hang out here for a little bit first. Okay, you can kind of move around a little bit if you want. Okay, you can kind of move your fingers a little bit. Okay, so now let's try to make the hands fight each other. Okay, so you're trying to, this arm, the top arm is going to pull inwards. This arm is going to press out. Okay, so the two hands are kind of fighting each other. So do it very gently at first. Okay, so just trying to press something in between the two arms. Okay, you might feel a little more tension in the shoulders. Okay, and very gently, very gradually, if you want to, you can increase the resistance or reduce the effort. So to at most be 20% for now. Okay, so 20% of your maximum effort. Okay, so still a light effort. Once again, gently increasing it. Okay, then maybe 30% of your maximum effort. Okay, so you should still be able to breathe very comfortably. Okay, and if you still feel comfortable, let's try go up maybe up to at most 40%. Okay, so still even less than your half of your maximum effort. Okay, now we try to do the opposite. So this hand, the hand that's kind of pointing to the side, you're gonna try to reach even further away now. Okay, so this hand can relax afterwards, but the other hand, this hand, the one is kind of on the horizontal to the floor or reaching to the side. You're gonna try to reach even further towards the side. Okay, not necessarily by kind of leaning that way. Okay, but just try to reach in, even find a few more efforts in the front of the chest. Okay, so still do light effort at first, so 20% maximum effort. Okay, slowly see if you try to even reach a little bit further. So maybe 30% effort now. Okay, and then try to go even a little bit further, so maybe 40%. Okay, still don't try too hard. Okay, so you feel like your chest muscle maybe contracting a little bit now, a little bit more. Okay, and kind of relax. Okay, so probably this part is a little bit tensed up. So let's shake it out a little bit first. Okay, and we're going to try and make sure you breathe deeply in between. Okay, while we're doing all those, also make sure that you still breathe. If you're not breathing at all, you're trying a little bit too hard. Okay, let's try the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we're just going to hang out first. Okay, so not much effort here. Okay, just kind of find maybe a position where you might feel a little bit of tension and just kind of hold it there. Okay, make the hands kind of fight each other a little bit. Okay, so pressing the two arms together. Okay, be gentle with this one. Okay, so just 10%, even 10% efforts here. Okay, if there's no pain, if you feel comfortable, you can very gradually, very gently increase efforts a little bit. Probably feel more strain in the shoulder area. Okay, but take it very gentle, very slowly. Okay, maybe to 20 to 30% effort. Okay, still breathing. Take deep breaths in and out. Okay, which is just slight amounts of effort, 30 to 40%. Okay, same thing as before, the hand that's kind of hanging out, pointing to the side, and try to reach a little bit further away. Okay, starting off with still 20% effort, feel a little bit of strain in your chest area. Okay, so remember that we're not twisting, we're just trying to reach more towards that one side. Okay, and gradually see if you can try to reach a little further. Okay, and a way to think of it is if you let go of this arm, your arm stays completely in the same place. Okay, so if your hand kind of let go and you shift forward, see if you can hold it there a little more. Okay, so if you pull yourself into a tighter position, see if you can, if you let go of this arm, see if you can just stay in it down, should stay in the exact same place. So as you feel kind of a strain in the front of the chest. Okay, and coming back out. Okay, and shaking out a little bit. Okay, so let's do the opposite side now. So let's try to stretch the front of the chest back out. Okay, so this one you do need a wall again. The hand a little bit later. Okay, but put the hand is a usual kind of stretch. Okay, so it's still hand on the wall. Okay, and just turning, try to press your armpit close to the wall while turning and looking to the side, and just feel a stretch on the front side of the chest, okay, a little bit in front of the arm. Okay, once again, we're going to hang out here for a little bit. Okay, you can find a position that works for you. If you, some people might find it's more comfortable if the kind of fingers pointing upwards. Okay, and we're going to do more or less the same thing. Okay, so we'll still make our body stay in the same place. Okay, but with the hand that's on the wall, you can lightly press, put a little more effort, press the hand into the wall. Okay, you might feel a little more tense in the front of the chest, front of the arm. Once again, take it very gentle, kind of 10% effort. Okay, so just a light press, very, very light press. Okay, we gradually increase it 20%. Okay, just a slight amount more effort. Okay, still take it gently. Okay, a little bit more. So eventually maybe there's $30 between the palm and the wall. Okay, so don't let someone kind of yank it away. Okay, now there's $50. Okay, so actually no, just $40. So there's 40% effort, there's $40 underneath your hands. Okay, so kind of apply a little bit of pressure on the wall with the palm. Okay, don't let someone yank it away. Okay, so now this one's a little more difficult, okay, but without moving your body, okay, see if you can let those $20 bill drop on the floor. Okay, so you're just trying to gently decrease the pressure on the wall, or between your wall and your palm. Okay, so that the bills just kind of slide out of the hand. Okay, so just take it very, very gentle. Okay, slowly see if you can decrease the pressure on the wall and your palm. Okay, and let's slowly come back. Okay, and shaking things out a little bit. Okay, so there might be some tingling in the fingers, maybe some effort, some strain in the back. Yeah. Okay, let's try the same thing on the other arm. Okay, so same idea. Let's just hang out first. Okay, so palm on the wall, turning, kind of look away from the hand. Okay, but your armpit is still kind of close to the wall. Actually, if your armpit is away from the wall, that works as well. As long as you're kind of looking away from the hand, it would work. Okay, so just find a spot that is comfortable for you. Just kind of hanging out here a little bit. You can even move your shoulders up and down a little bit. You can kind of move your fingers, so maybe try to pull your fingers away from the wall a little bit while keeping the palm on. Okay, make sure you can still turn side to side of the neck. Okay, so now gradually, very gently increase, press your palm into the wall. Okay, so starting off with just 10% effort. Okay, so there's only a $10 bill inside. Doesn't matter too much if someone yank it away. So just light effort first. Okay, so now there's a $20 bill between your wall and your palm. Okay, so we want to put just slightly more amounts of effort in. Okay, and still nowhere near our max. Okay, so there's $30 worth of bills between the palm and the wall. Okay, and now $40. Okay, now let's do the opposite. Okay, let's try to drop those bills. Okay, so let's try to lightly try to decrease the pressure between the wall and the palm so that the bills will just slide out. Okay, so take it gently at the beginning. Okay, feel free to, of course, get out of this position if you feel uncomfortable. Okay, and slowly coming back out. Okay, so since we open and close this, okay, let's do the same thing as before. Let's kind of almost do almost a little bit of retest. Okay, so shake it out first. Okay, maybe just move the feet a little bit first. Okay, so same thing as before. See if you can kind of reaching up. Okay, see how that feels. Okay, see maybe go behind. Oh, my camera is stuck again. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, you're reaching up. Okay, and yeah, I didn't mean for everyone to kind of hold it in that position for so long. Okay, but see if you can, if you need to, widen it a little bit. Okay, so just a couple of times. Okay, so if that feels okay for you, okay, make it the band even longer. Okay, so make the band a little bit longer. So this one's a little more difficult. So if it's tough for you to go behind your head already, just forget about this one. Okay, but if you can, this is, we call this a shoulder dislocate. We're not actually dislocating the shoulders, okay, but see if you can go all the way around. Okay, it is very easy for you. You can use a stick instead, okay, but this one a little bit more difficult, okay, because the rod will actually kind of pull your chest apart a little bit more. Okay, but this will be a little bit more difficult than the band because there's no give with the stick. Okay, so find one that works for you. So a variation of that, okay, some might call it around the world. Okay, so this is just kind of reaching upwards with one hand a little bit more. Okay, and go all the way around. Okay, I should turn down the brightness of my camera. Okay, and check it out. Okay, so shoulders probably a little bit tense right now. Okay, let's stretch it out and then we'll go back, go to the hips. Okay, so let's put one hand behind. Okay, this is just our usual stretch. Okay, so and then look towards armpits. Okay, and just a little bit of a pull with the free hand if you feel comfortable. Okay, and pause in between the two sides and just repeat whenever you're ready. Okay, and check it out. Okay, so let me check the time. Okay, so let's do a little bit more of the hips. Okay, so either grab chairs or grab a rod. Both will work, just for balance. Okay, so you can use either. Okay, but have a little bit of support on the side. Okay, so let's try to stand a little bit taller once again. Okay, and let's try to just lift the knee up. Okay, once again, try and keep the chest tall. Okay, you can even lightly press down on the chair. Okay, so the sequence is press down on the chair to engage your trunk muscles a little bit. Okay, and then lifting the knees up. Okay, and out to the side, coming back in, and down. Okay, so the rod a little bit less stable, but it's probably easier to feel kind of pressing downwards. Okay, so you can do either. Okay, but you're going to press down on the rod, lifting the knee up. Okay, keeping the knee up as you go out. Okay, back down, down. Okay, and then relax the hand. Okay, so I just have a hand in the thumb muscles just to see, just to feel when I press down, just to feel a little bit more tense up. Okay, and just also to get out of the way of my hands, of my legs rather. Okay, so press down, lift the knees up, out to the side, back to the middle, down, okay, and relax the hand. Okay, let's try maybe 3 to 5 times on the other side. Okay, so once again, the sequence is pressing downwards to engage the muscles of the abdominals first. Okay, and then lifting upwards to the knees while staying tall. Okay, bring the knee towards the outside. Back in, down, okay, and relax. Okay, just a couple more times. So hands first, okay, and then the legs. Okay, you don't have to press down extremely hard. You just maybe 20% effort or just enough to engage these things, the abdominal muscles, I mean. Okay, make sure you relax completely in between. Okay, and relaxing in between. Okay, so let's try the same thing, but we're gonna lift it out to the side a little bit more. Okay, so you're gonna once again press down first. Okay, kind of bend one knee a little bit. Okay, lifting the knee out to the side. Okay, and try to press it backwards. So imagine trying to kick someone behind you, drive the heels back, come back a little bit. Okay, and then relax in between. Okay, so lightly press, lifting the knee out to the side, drive it backwards a little bit. So imagine trying to kick, I'm trying to kick the big wall behind me. Coming back a little bit. Okay, and relaxing in between. Okay, just be careful you're not arching your back so much. Okay, so you're just trying to open the hip a little bit more. Okay, so let's try one more time. Okay, lifting the knee out to the side. Okay, squeeze the butt muscles to try to reach backwards a little bit more. Okay, so I'm still not over arching it back. Okay, should feel like I'm engaging my butt muscle. Okay, and then relax in between. Okay, so a couple of breaths. Okay, let's try the same thing on the other side. Okay, so still lightly pressing down the rod. Okay, lifting one leg up. Okay, try to reach further behind me by engaging my butt muscle. Okay, relaxing a little bit and back down. Okay, let's try one more time. So I'm lifting out to the side, squeezing my butt muscle to kick my heel back. Okay, relaxing in between. Okay, you can take a one full deep breath. Okay, pressing down. Okay, lifting upwards first. Squeezing my butt muscle to drive the heel back. And relax in between. A couple of full breaths in and out. Okay, just be careful of be mindful of how much effort you're putting in. Okay, so don't go more than kind of 40, 50%. Okay, so let's try to go the full circle. Okay, so just combining the two movements that we just did. Okay, so still, first thing is still lightly pressing down the rod. Okay, I'm going to get my other hand out of the way. Okay, and I'm just going to lift the knee up, okay, while staying tall. Okay, bring the knee out to the side. Okay, turning my heel to face the back wall. Okay, and driving it back. Okay, without arching my back. Okay, and then just kind of coming back to the middle. Okay, so the hand on the stomach also kind of gives us an indication if we're moving over, starting to move our spine. Okay, so if you're lifting up and you feel the clothes bunching up together, you're probably kind of running a little forward. Okay, if you go to the back and you feel like the clothes underneath is kind of being stretched out, okay, you might be overarching the back as well. Okay, so let's try this one more time just on this side. Okay, so two repetitions per side. Okay, so relax in between. Okay, when we are ready, okay, find a good posture first. Okay, so a taller posture. Okay, pressing down lightly on the rod or the chair. Okay, keeping the same alignment, same posture in the spine, lifting the knee up. Okay, so you don't feel much movement at all on your underneath your fingers. Okay, bring the knee out. Turn the foot to face the back. Drive that heel behind you without feeling anything moving underneath again, underneath the fingers. Okay, and then relaxing and retreat. Okay, so let's once again shake it out. And we'll just do 2 times on the other side. Okay, so take as long of a breath as you need in between. Even just do 1 rep if you find it's way too intense. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so once again, find a good posture first. Okay, pressing down lightly on the stick. Okay, engaging the downward muscles, the trunk muscles. Okay, lifting one knee up. Okay, lifting it out, keep lifting it up while bringing it to the side. Turn the bottom of the foot to face the back. Driving that foot slightly backwards without arching it back. Bring it down and relax. Okay, and relax completely in between. Okay, and we'll just do one last one on this side. Okay, so once again, find a good posture first. Okay, press on the stick. Okay, lifting the knee up. Okay, without rounding our back or slouching forward. Okay, bring out to the side. Lifting the foot up, turning it to face it back. Driving it back. Okay, without arching it back. Okay, and then relaxing it back down. Okay, and shake it out. Let me just check the time. I think we're almost out of time. Okay, so let's shake it out. Okay, so let's just kind of relaxing the neck a little bit. Okay, if you have a towel, you can use a hand a little bit. You can put it behind the head. Okay, and you can just kind of gently pressing the hand. Okay, and relax. Okay, and just turn inside the side a little bit. Okay, so some the things we do sometimes you have seen physio and kind of pressing the hand, kind of very similar to what we do with the arms. Okay, it's just kind of trying to engage, almost try to engage the muscles a little bit more so they can relax it a little bit more. Okay, so check it out. Okay, so let's try to breathe out. Okay, just relaxing the neck. Okay, breathe in. Okay, opening up, kind of like within a warm up. Breathing out. Keep breathing. Okay, so you might still want to give yourself a bit of a massage or ask someone to give you a massage in the neck or anywhere that you still feel a little tense. Okay, but that's all the time we have for today. So thank you for coming. Sorry that my camera has just been skipping out recently multiple times. Okay, but see everyone next time. No problem. Take care, everyone. Bye.